Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're taking a closer look at the new second generation or V2 variant of the Watchdives 5513 that is an homage to, you guessed it, a Rolex Submariner 5513, probably the most desirable Submariner reference among vintage watch lovers. Not only did Watchdives nail the design and proportions, making it one of the best 5513 homages, but the upgrades done to this V2 variant also make it one of the best value for money watches in general. The prices start at $150, for which you get a sapphire crystal, a screwing crown with 200 meters of water resistance, solid link bracelet with solid end links and links held with screws, and a high beat PT 5000 movement, which is an upgrade over the usual Seiko NH found at these prices. For just $30 more, you can opt for this, which adds a hat top sapphire that does an incredible job of mimicking the acrylic crystal of the original, and also instead of the 5-hole micro adjustment clasp, you get this one that comes with on-the-fly adjustment. That alone is worth the upgrade. So spec-wise, the price is a bargain, and we haven't even come to the best part, the design. I've had my fair share of 5513 homages on the channel, some were better, some worse, but many make a classic mistake of recreating a modern sub instead of a vintage one. Watchdives, apart from the heft and weight due to the modern bracelet and materials, nails that part really well. First, the size. This is a 38mm watch, while most others on the market are 40. That makes this wear exactly like a vintage Submariner, making it very short lug to lug and sitting much better than my 41mm sub on my small 6.5-inch wrist. Then the thickness. Despite having this highly domed sapphire, it is just 12.8mm thick, which gives the watch excellent proportions and comfort while wearing it, because it really wears more like a 10 to 11mm thick watch. And finally, and most importantly, the bezel. Vintage Rolex watches have what I like to call a squashed bezel. Like you took a modern bezel and squashed it until you get a sharp edge. That not only looks cool, but is also incredibly easy to grip, as the bezel is protruding at the sides of the case. This means the watch measures 40mm at the bezel despite being 38mm at the case. This, combined with excellent bezel action with precise and firm clicks, makes using the bezel a joy. This squashness is something many brands miss, as they, just like with case size, simply make a modern Rolex bezel and stick to it. Watchdives did pretty much everything right, all the way down to the polished bevels, something I wish Rolex would reintroduce on the Submariner, as it elevates the watch to a whole new level. This variant uses the mil-spec dial and hands with silver surrounds, which makes for a more cohesive design and increased legibility, even in the dark, as the lume is incredible. But if you want something more period correct, they do offer a traditional dial and hands combo with or without the applied markers, and there is even a V3 in the making with a gilt dial and minute track on the dial. If I was getting this for myself, that is the version I would go for. I've had phases of searching for a real 5513 as my birth year watch, but the vintage market is such a minefield of Frankens that I would always give up, as they used to cost way too much for something risky. Now with lower prices, I might start searching again, but until then, this one will have to scratch that itch, and given how many things they did right, I'm pretty confident it will get the job done. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.